Nevito.
My dear child, do not worry about me, water. I recover quickly with the song of our birds, the love of trees, with movements, moments of rest, and the prayers moving around our earth. I regain balance with your heartfelt tears, your remembered songs, added to the ones of so many now. Do not focus your energy on saving me. Something way more profound is taking place right now. Listen and observe. All of us, soil, water, plants, air, animals, and all ancestors are calling you, humans, to us so we can save your species. We know and have known for a while that you do not have much time left if you do not wake up to your birthright belonging to Earth and come home soon, real soon. We keep dying. We keep giving away our lives to shake you up from a deep and long amnesia. Once you can allow such truth and quality of such love to permeate through your traumatized being and desolate soul, you will wake up from a lifetime of anesthesia to your immense grief and your capacity for love. When you create containers of sacred beauty that opens your heart to what love truly is, then you will realize with a massive sob that you were loved all along, always have, and forever, by all of us who you think you are saving.
Whew. Wow. Well, I'd like to talk about womb belt, what this vision is about. So womb belt is weaving woman back into matter. It came about in a sort of a daydream. So just want to welcome all that will listen and see this little video that marks the beginning of a month of the last month of the 5 years that the Message of Water gave us. And I wanted to remind even myself and everyone else of why did I receive the message and what was happening in the world at the time. And so on the 2nd of December 2016, I had worked with Extinction. It's not Extinction Rebellion. But I had worked with Extinction, and every night I was putting my head on the pillow knowing that another 200 species had gone, and understood that death and extinction was very different. And it started breaking me. It started breaking my soul, my psyche. And the River Dart was a dear friend, and for a while now, for a long time, since 98. I met her in 98. She's in Devon in England. And I went to see her, and I fell on my knees, literally broken hearted. And I said to her, I just do not know how to keep loving when there is so much loss. And I just stayed there in the rain. I remember it rained and it was cold. And I felt and heard and recognized a very clear, very steady voice, which wasn't mine. And I picked up my phone and recorded this message live, like this. I knew something was happening. I didn't know what was happening. And I knew it was going to be significant for my life. And now I realize for others, other people's lives. And so at the same time, Standing Rock was happening. And thousands of people and hundreds of tribes were gathering around again a river. And it was an interesting thing for me at the time because they were saving the river, and the message was, do not waste time saving me. And something was happening in my orientation, which was, it isn't what I believed all my life. It isn't us, me, little me, with my little arrogant humanness, fondness, but arrogant, really, going to save anything. But they were calling us home. They were calling us. Standing Rock was the same. I suddenly saw Standing Rock as this river called the tribes that never spoke with each other for 400 years, and they could speak again. Ah, wow. So everything changed for me. And then the next 4 months after that, I was paralyzed, terrorized. I had to do some work of collective genocide of witches and of men and women burned at the stake. In Europe is around 6 million apparently that died because they could hear the river, or they could hear the mountain, or they could sing, okay, they could speak. So for the whole winter, it was a winter of absolute dark night of the soul because I knew I had to share it and I didn't know how. So I couldn't do anything else until I was near Schumacher College in March. I know John Young is there from A Chilled. I don't know, I felt this man could be someone I could, because he's not quite human, he is an integrated human being to me, in my view, that has integrated the other beings. And somehow my soul trusted him. And I read the message to him. He cried immediately, and I thought, oh, thank goodness. He cried, and then he cried, and he picked up his guitar and sang a song. And it was such a beautiful return to the human for me in a new way. And then I did a whole series of conversation with whoever wanted to respond to the message. I needed to weave a cloth of humans with this to support, to create the bank of the river almost of what was coming, which now we're almost 5 years on. So yeah, I wanted to speak about that because I don't think I've ever actually talked about it that much because I've never been interviewed. I just interview people, and maybe now it's time. And I want to say a couple of more things before I pass on the microphone or the talking to Christina and Klemen. So where I got to, because I've been accused to have a message of prophecy, and I've been quite attacked sometimes, and I don't ever talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it. And I was shocked because I was like, I don't feel any harm in nothing. I don't feel any harm at all. Prophecy. Yes, I understand that she gave us some time, so that could be seen as a prophecy. But in my understanding, and I need to say that, there's two understanding of what she meant, because I went back to ask her over and over again, and I wish the people that accused me of prophecy went to the river and asked the river, what did she mean? But they didn't. They just went. So I went back months and months and years, all the time when I was there, asking her, what do you mean about 5 years? And for a long time, she said, after this 5 years, so after this year, 1st of December 2021, there won't be time to prepare. There won't be time to find out where you want to live, who do you want to live with. you might not have much time to skill up with other skills that you already have or go into a long training of some kind. That the stage of preparation is over. And if you've followed the news and followed other thinkers but they're saying the same thing. But the river told us that 5 years ago. And then the second main understanding I have now of what her message was is that they're inviting us to die to our separation with all beings. How amazing. Like, now I understand the obstacle of our relationship to death being so fractured that the word dying might be very scary. But when I say that, well, what I understand is an initiation kind of death, a small death, a death as a death of personality, or death of identity, or death of orientation, or death of position, or that kind of death. And what this message is saying clearly to me now is that it's time. They are always been welcoming us back. They never wanted us harm or punishment or revenge or all these things. They are waiting for us, and there is pressure. I think the whole world is feeling an incredible intensity, and I feel it's like being in a birth canal. And a birth canal can be the death canal. We're never sure, really. And so that invitation of the message of water is for integration with all our allies of all species. If we have had them over the years, they don't seem to be outside anymore. They seem to want to come in and be part. So, yeah. And there's something else I wanted to say, which I'm needing to look at my note. The webbing, yes, something about walking. I feel that more and more, and I'm meeting people also, that walking with the whole web. They can't, I can't walk anymore without the stars with me, or without the rain, or the song of the bird, or I'm feeling less and less alone, actually. And it's quite strange, strange feeling. It's quite new for me. And quite, and however strange it is, immediately I have a sense or a bone memory that this is how we used to be. As human beings, that's how we used to be. That when we spoke or danced or sang or made love or died, or it was never just like one human being totally alone. It was everything was with them. And so that feels very generous and patient of yeah, all the species that have gone and are still going. So to celebrate and honor this beautiful journey, and with my sister Christina and her beautiful husband Klemen, they're gonna gift us a song in their language. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Azul. So it's a Slovenian translation of an English song, The River's Flowing. Reka teče, teče in raste. Reka teče, v morje zliva se. Mati nosi me, otroka, ki vedno je. Mati nosi me nazaj do morja. Reka teče, teče in raste. Reka teče, v morje zliva se. Mati, nosi me, otroka, ki vedno je. Mati, nosi me nazaj do morja. Reka teče, teče in raste. Reka teče, v morje zliva se. Mati, nosi me, otroka, ki vedno je. Mati, nosi me nazaj do morja. Reka teče, teče in raste. Reka teče, v morje zliva se. Mati, nosi me, otroka, ki vedno je. Mati, nosi me nazaj do morja.
Most beautiful, most beautiful. Oh, and next, what happened, which was beautiful with the message, is it started being translated, and because the language of water needs many languages. And so Christina and Klemen and I think others have translated the message in Slovenian. So thank you so much for reading it, so we can hear the sound of different waters through you. And over to you. Message of water in Slovenian.
Moj dragi otrok, ne skrbi za mene, vodo. Hitro si jo pomorem s pesmijo naših ptic, z ljubeznijo do dreves, z gibanjem, trenutki počitka in molitvami, ki se gibljajo po naši zemlji. Ravnovesje si povrnem z vašimi srčnimi solzami, spominjam in pesmi, ki so se pridružili pesmi mnogih drugih. Ne osredotočajte svoje energije na reševanje mene. Zdaj se dogaja nekaj veliko bolj globokega. Poslušajte in opazujte. Vsi mi, zemlja, voda, rastline, zrak, živali in vsi predniki, k nam kličemo vas ljudi, da bi lahko rešili vaš človeški rod. Sedaj in že dolgo in že nekaj časa vemo, da vam ne preostane več veliko časa, če se ne boste prebudili in sprejeli svoje rodne pravice, pripadnosti zemlji in se kmalu vrnili domov. Zelo kmalu. Še naprej umiramo, še naprej dajemo svoje življenja, da bi vas prebudili življenjske anestezije, svoje neizmerne žalosti in zmožnosti za ljubezen. Ko boste ustvarili prostore svete lepote, ki odpre vaše srce, za to, kar ljubezen resnično je, boste ob obilici solza spoznali, da ste ves čas ljubljeni, da ste vedno bili in zavedno boste strani vseh nas, za katere mislite, da nas sprašujete, kot človeški rod. Imate 5 let časa, da se prebudite, dozorite in se spomnite v svojih kosteh, da pripadate življenju.
So beautiful. I can hear the gurgling of the rivers. Thank you so much. Thank you, Klemen. Oh, just want to take it in. Some of this water is in this bottle of Slovenia. So I'm going to carry on a little bit with what is this month going to be inviting people to join. So Christina is one of the member of the Council of SOULand, and there are 2 others, and we they support me and very much in now creating a celebration throughout the last month of the message of water. So today, the 1st of November 2021, we start 30 days and nights of various invitations, so I'm going to tell you what we're doing. And you're invited to most of them, I think, all of them. So we're going to do Christina has been doing some incredible rituals by the parliament in Ljubljana every Saturday for almost 60 weeks. Sorry if I forget a few weeks. It's an extraordinary, beautiful thing that she's been gathering, and with Klemen and others in Ljubljana. So we're going to join them on Saturdays. So we're going to join them, and there'll be a Zoom, and you can join us, and we'll connect through Zoom between all countries. So that's one of the things. And there will be all this information on a Facebook page, which I talk about at the end. We are also going to do some series of conversation with water and other people throughout the month. So I have invited a few people in French and English, and the other member of the council have also done that. So it's going to be a weaving of conversation. We are diving deep into the Council of All Being in a new way and in a ripened way, because, as I said earlier on, this message of water is actually really telling us that it might be time, we might be ripe enough to die to our separation. So there's a Council of All Being that's going to happen twice this month, on the dark moon and the full moon. Also, Ayla Schaefer, who has been inspired by the message, has done a single and now is re-recording it and doing a relaunch on the 23rd of November, which is the birthday of my son, so it's very nice for me. And she asked me to do the cover, which I have. Very exciting. Which, guess what, is a Council of All Being, because this seems to be what occupies my whole life right now. So good. I've never done a cover of a record before. I don't know if they exist, records, but anyway, I'm doing that. So that's going to be beautiful. 23rd will be a premiere on live with Ayla. We'll tell you all about it when I have more information. We're weaving water as well. So this little bottle, when I received the message, I started to weave water. So what I mean by that is I collected a bit of the river dart. So I started with the river dart water from this message. And I traveled quite a lot over the years, and every time I would share news. So give the place a bit of news of another water. And they were delighted to know about each other. And then I would pick up a little water and like this, everywhere. The seas and the rivers and the lakes and even church water, which I realized was very lonely and really wanted. I did that in Slovenia, where I took some of the only, apparently, wild river left and took a little bit of her water to a church. In the church water was so delighted to hear the news. So it was kind of, I'm just going to say that now, I'm not scared anymore. So what we're doing, the member of the council, is we are weaving the message by creating short films of us pouring water and gathering water from where we are. So through the month, there will be like a web of water around us, as well as mycelium, that's going to hold the prayer, this 30-day prayer. And everyone is welcome to join and film yourself. 30 seconds, I think, is what social media can cope with. And then share it on the page. Be wonderful. So that's one. Also, there's a book that I wrote and illustrated with Stu McLellan, beautiful illustration, called The Four Sisters of the Last Forest on Earth. And that is inspired by the message of water. And the message of water is in the book. And again, it has been translated in French and Slovenian. And we wish to give it as a gift. And if you wish to have a copy as a PDF, just make contact with us on the page. Yes, beautiful. We're also running Grief Composting Circle through the month in English. The next one is this Friday, which is again part of the same river. To create a bank for your river to flow and for your soul to clear herself. Yeah, how wonderful. And then also we're gonna print some, I'm gonna design a scroll with the message. We're gonna do that in all languages. And we're gonna put it on the page for you to print. And it's a bit of mischief, like magical mischief, where we're gonna put them in libraries and bookshops and wrap them with a ribbon and put them in trees and cracks of walls for people to find and be like that, maybe. Ooh. With no name, no website, no nothing. Just so if you want to join in this and even translate it in your own language and do that, that would be beautiful. What else? I think that's a lot. I wondered, Christina, have I forgotten anything as you were there at the meetings? Okay. I'm just going to pause because I've been in a fast part of the river. And now I'm just going to pause a little moment to see what comes. What comes to whoever listens to this is if you do hear other beings talking with you and giving you all this beautiful message of love, join us. It's happening more and more. It's like you're not alone and you're not mad, and you don't need to be isolated. I really want to say that because I know that other people are hearing and very sometimes scared and staying isolated like I have. So you can tell me for sure, and I think Christina as well, and Klemen as well. I think if you say, I don't know, I'm saying yes to Candace maybe also, and yeah. There'll be other emerging prayers this month, of course. There's so much we can plan. We don't want to stifle and strangle life by planning every moment. So I think that's enough, actually, for me to say. And I would like to open the space for anything that might have risen from what I've said and the song and the message, and then we will finish with a song. But if one of you here would like to say anything, please feel welcome. And if you don't, it's fine also.
It was nice to hear the journey of the message of water, because it was my first time hearing it from you. So, from the start to where we are now. So that really was, wow, what a journey, and how the message really touched different lands with you traveling and bringing it to us, to others, sharing it with everyone, me including. I mean, shifted my whole being. And yeah, the weaving of water, how you it was probably now the first time that I really heard the whole journey, like really heard it. And the weaving of water, I love this. I just love this, and I'm so excited that we're doing it this in such a beautiful, grand way, like really bringing everyone in and inviting everyone to this sacred space. So yeah, thank you very much for bringing it to us, to me, to the whole land. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Azul, for describing that experience and journey. And the interesting part that really hit me was the standing rock piece of how you were able to look at things from an eagle-eye point of view of different lands having issues with water. And that message of saving yourselves and how to connect. And now I hear the action steps, like this is like the action, like this is the work that we need to do and to spread the word, because wisdom shouldn't be silent, according to Alberto, and I know you know him, his work. So I appreciate everything, and also being transparent about the prophecy piece and where we are in our lives right now. I know I'm in a pretty big position internationally in a company, and a very small piece was I had put my hands together in prayer like I have done for my whole life, and that was considered to an Asian person a racist gesture or a microaggression, so to speak. So we don't need to become silent in who we are based on what's happening around us and what we get accused of. And I think that's the most important thing for us here, is to support each other in that. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm really enjoying listening to you and all, and actually we're all revealing something new to each other. I'm noticing that there's I don't know, maybe it's the 1st of November, hey? The veils are thin in between worlds of all kinds. So thank you. Anything else needs to be said, or is that?
One other thing I wanted to mention was it's really nice to meet you both in Slovenia. I have actually been to Slovenia and found the witch's cave and went across the lake in Croatia near that area. So I'm familiar with Ljubljana, and I would like to make my way back that way. And so it's been a joy hearing you say the message in that language. So very nice to meet you.
Oh, how lovely. I think so we all share the same land.
You are most welcome when you come here to Slovenia.
Oh, thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, Slovenia has been very important.
Can I just say something?
Of course.
I'm really happy to join this event, because usually I'm a little bit don't want to go in, but I must say that I'm deeply touched by your words and everything, and by the whole event, and that I was able to read and sing with my wife for the first time live. So thank you very much, and I'm really deeply I'm without words. So, but thank you very much, Azul, for everything that you are doing for us, for Christina, for the whole world and everything. So, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That really got me. You sing with your wife for the first time live. That really was. That's the most wonderful. Ah, so glad, Klemen. You're always welcome. Always, always. Okay. Thank you. And so Holy Ebony, beautiful woman from Devon, also was inspired by the message of water, and she did want to come tonight, like another beautiful singer was going to come, but they young mothers. But she recorded her song, and I am going to put the words in the chat so you can sing along if you wish. It's a simple, round, coming back song, and yeah, that's what we're going to do. Invite you to sing along. This, I'm going to share the screen. The video is also beautiful. So here we go. Here we go.
Ever echoing, ripples widening, looping back and flowing on. As I remember, we remember. Ever echoing, ripples widening, looping back and flowing on. Water, may you flow. Water, long may we hear the stories that you hold. Water, long may you teem with life. Water, long may you thrive. Long may you thrive. As I remember, you remember, we remember. Ever echoing, ripples widening, leaping back and flowing on. As I remember, you remember, we remember. Ever echoing, ripples widening, leaping back and flowing on. Water, may you flow. Water, long may we hear the stories that you hold. Water, long may you teem with life. Water, long may you thrive. Long may you thrive. As I remember, you remember, we remember. Ever echoing, ripples widening, leaping back and flowing long may we hear the stories that you hold. Water, long may you teem with life. Water, long may you thrive. Long may you thrive. Long may you thrive. Long may you thrive. Long may you thrive.
So just before we finish, I just want to invite everyone to join the Facebook page.
Mon conseil pour avoir plus d'énergie, boire suffisamment d'eau. Je sais, l'eau peut paraître faible.
Sorry, little hitch. So what I wanted to say is we have a Facebook page that you can find out about everything that we've talked about. It's called Message of Water Celebration. You're all super welcome. And we wish you a good Samhain and 1st and 2nd of December. And we hope to see you along the river of this next 30 days and nights. Christina, do you have any last word to say? Or Klemen? Okay, much love.
Glad to see everyone there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.